4 postulates or theorems used to prove triangles are congruent. To leave some kind of challenge for you guys, look at the other videos and you'd be able to answer the postulates and theorems that we've been using to prove that triangles are congruent. Okay, next one, 13 through 14. Given that segment AB is congruent to DB and C is the midpoint of AD, prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DBC. So let's read that one more time, and we're going to make notation as we go. So given AB, so find AB and make a notation mark, is congruent to DB, find DB, make a notation mark. These two are going to be congruent. C is the midpoint of AD. Well, what does that mean? If I had a table, right, very sloppy looking table, and I said I was going to find the midpoint of this table and cut, where would I be cutting then? Well, I'd be cutting right in half. So if I cut in half, what do you know? This side, right here, is going to be equal to this side. So I did the same thing as with segment AD. So what's going to be congruent? AC and CD. So now I've done the notation and I have to do one more thing. Oh, done the notation and one more thing needs to be done. I need to take this notation and everything that we said, I'm just going to rewrite it down here. So my first statement was that AB is congruent to DB. And my reason was that this was given. For 2, I'm going to have that C is the midpoint of AD. From this, we have AC is congruent to CD. And this wasn't given. We took the fact that we knew something about the midpoint and applied it to this part. And that's how we knew AC was congruent to CD. So you can't say on this part it was given. We just used what was given to answer this. So what did we use? We used the definition of a midpoint. So we just understood what they were talking about by midpoint and applied it to say that AC was congruent to CD. So we look back at what we're trying to prove. We're trying to prove that this triangle is congruent to that triangle. So we have 2 things that are congruent. We just need the third thing. So we know that AB is congruent to BD and AC congruent to CD. What else can we say? Well, whenever I see that there's a shared side, I can jump to that and say that, okay, BC is congruent to CB. So BC, the segment BC is congruent to CB. And what was the reason again? It's like a mirror, reflection, reflexive property. So like a mirror. Okay, I have 3 things that I know are congruent. Now I just need to do my, whether it's a side or angle. So let's go around. Side or angle, side. Side or angle, side. Side or angle, side. So I know that this triangle is congruent to that triangle by side, side, side. So triangle ABC, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BDC. Congruent to triangle BDC. And this is by side, side, side.